Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast Network. This is We Are Error, Season 3, Episode 9, Backdoored, Chuck Berry's Paranormalcast 2. If this is your first time checking out the podcast, thank you so much. Please go to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. We're at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at /We Are Podcast. With that said, on to the podcast.
We are Error.
I'm my own rat.
I think I'd figure it out.
I'm my own moist enemy.
Moist enemy.
Moist enemy.
Sounds sexy.
It's not.
You really do need to eat, don't
Money
you?
for sure.
Sounds
long time.
spicy
Yeah,
and
this is
moist.
crisp.
Like Javi said. Yes, very nice.
Ooh.
Hey everybody, welcome to the We Are Error podcast. This is Duck. I am here with
Jake.
and Javi.
He was whispering something while you were talking anyways.
I was like, podcast.
That's fine. I was happy with it.
Well, I didn't know if you were going to think, like, whenever you're editing it, that it was another ghost.
Oh, I often do. Let me tell you about this. Well, first, what is the We Are Error podcast? Is a podcast we talk about movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. We are going to do Paranormalcast 2. Fuck you, Javi. It's happening.
We're going to talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
Let's talk about this ghost situation. So during the recordings, I often hear things
During the recording.
So what'll happen is I'll hear something comes into the recording. It sounds weird. Now the walls are thin. It could be the neighbors talking. Or, like, I edited a podcast the other day, and I swear to God, a woman's voice went, Ethan! I was like,
That
that's
could have
fucked
been
up.
me. It could have been Jake. It
No,
could have been
me. I also, there are times where voices come in that are obviously not any of ours, and
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck are those? And then I send them, and Jake's like, fuck yeah, and Javi's always like, fuck you, Duck. Fuck you.
It sounds like nothing to me.
And we have an ongoing thing where we can't do Hot Takes 3,
Hot Takes 2.
or we can't do Paranormal Cast 2 because Javi does not want Jake to say fuck all anime. And B, he does not want to talk about ghosts and stuff.
I would rather talk about ghosts than to lose the things that I know that I'm going to lose on the hot takes.
And to be honest with you,
I want to know what situation here, boys. Catch 22. I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't.
well, I'll give you this. I listened back to the original Paranormal Cast, and I got freaked out a little bit, too, from listening to it. But you know what?
I listened to it. I didn't get freaked out. I got freaked out the night that it happened. Like, I was driving home and shit. I was like, I want to see I want to see your vision, the Death Channel. So I'm like, what up, Javi? I'll be seeing you soon. It was just freaking me out.
Well, there were two stories I didn't tell during that I could definitely tell you.
Ah!
But I think I found our back door into this because we were talking about dreams a minute ago, and I was explaining to Jake and Javi,
Yeah.
I don't believe that dreams are always manifested from within the mind. I think the mind is a powerful tool that can be like a radio and receive transmissions, I guess more like a satellite or an old school antenna with the bunny ears and stuff like that.
It's like a magnet.
Because I've had a couple dreams recently where I hope to God my brain didn't create those. I'm not going to go into details on that. But as we started to talk about that, Jake shared a dream that he had and a very weird experience from that dream. And if you don't mind sharing it one more time.
Yeah, so I was probably 24, 25 at the time. And I remember I was taking a nap on a Sunday afternoon around 5:30 or so. And I had a dream where I was hanging out with a particular friend. And something escalated, and I ended up riding away on a bicycle in like a gun chase, and a car pulled up beside me and shot me. I woke up, and my buddy called me and told me he just had a dream that he had killed me.
That's fun.
So, obviously I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what does that mean?
What did it mean?
Who knows?
You guys still friends to this day, or?
He killed me a week later.
Oh,
Son of a bitch.
we've been haunted the whole time, Hobbs. Paranormal
Ghost
Cast
the
too.
whole time?
Hey, that's our M. Night Shyamalan twist right there.
Yeah.
We've been doing the
Been dead
podcast,
the
and
whole
no one
time.
else can hear Jake but us. Like people are like, I can't listen to it. Like, there's a long
There's
period.
long pauses.
And also, you guys would just bust out laughing.
Yeah.
Just
There's
pause.
no reason.
Oh, I love
Nuts.
Ooh, what's a twist? Hobbs, you said you had a dream about your grandfather, was it?
Oh, yeah. This happened like 2016. He had a stroke in August and shit. And I was there. I had to like carry him into the living room and shit. And we called 911. And then like the doctor pretty much said, yeah, he's not going to last a month. And he didn't. And about 4 days before he died, I remember having this dream where me and him were walking in Woodbridge Center, which was his favorite mall in Jersey. Whenever we come visit, we would always go to Woodbridge Center. And he fell downstairs. And, like, these stairs just kept going. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And he was like, Javi, I drew them in. Like, Javi, help me. Javi, help me. Ooh. And I kept running. I couldn't reach him. Damn. I tried everything I could. I threw myself down the stairs to see if I could get ahead of him. And no matter what I did, he just kept falling and falling. And I couldn't do it. I just woke up. I was like, fuck. I couldn't save him. And he died 4 days later.
Oh, my God, dude. That sucks.
Yeah.
You'll ever have running dreams? Like you're either running from something or to something.
Oh, yeah.
But your legs won't lift up. It's like they're in like wet concrete.
Yeah. Or water.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's like you're trying to run in that fucking shit.
Yeah. What do you think those mean?
I guess the running from something means that you're running from something in your life or trying to avoid a situation is what they say. But I think fucking trying to decipher dreams is bullshit and fucking witchcraft. It's like something that gypsies do.
I have dreams often about haunted houses, and I live in haunted houses, and like, I'll be hanging out with friends. I'll be like, we gotta get some people to move into these bitches because we got all these rooms, but we're not doing anything with them.
Right.
And they could pay rent or something.
Yeah, these ghosts ain't paying shit.
But, like, it's never I see a ghost or anything like that. I just know it's haunted.
Right.
And I always wonder if that has something to do with my mental state. I had a dream last night about that. Me and my buddy lived in a house he inherited. And we had all these cases of bottled water around. I was like, why is there so much bottled water in this bitch? What's going on? I was like, at least we're ready for the apocalypse. We gotta get some people to move in here.
Okay.
Like signs.
Well, and speaking of dreams not meaning anything or like where the fuck are they bullshit, I do remember talking about a dream with y'all that I had where I was like flying at one time and I saw like a portal in the sky and I could see like a countdown.
Oh, shit.
I think I told y'all about this.
I want to hear it all over again. This is fucking good.
No, I was like flying over some sort of craft with a glass bottom and flying along and I'm looking at the skyline, but there's this big hole in the skyline where you can see like another side over there. It was like a countdown and we were told that it was going to be the end of the world. But I don't know what the fuck that meant either. Those are just little parts that I can remember from it. I know that we talked about it one night, but I mean, that was
we talked about Deja Vu and the experience of that. And for me, dreams, I've had experiences of Deja Vu within dreams. I've dreamt that I lived certain places or certain locations, that things were close to what ended up happening. Like I told you guys about the dream I had about Greensburg where I used to live. And a year and a half before I moved to the apartment, I had a dream about the apartment. It was a little bit of a different location. But I remember coming back to the apartment, everyone was throwing a party, and they're like, you want a party? You want a party? And it looked the exact same as the apartment I eventually moved into.
It was me.
Oh, you son of a gun. But I remember saying to him, I was like, I'm too tired. I gotta go to bed. And it's because I was working 2 jobs at the time, and I was too tired.
But that's intriguing as shit. So wait, you already know that you had been there before.
Right.
And it was the same scenario
Well,
also.
no, it was a year and a half before I moved there.
Right.
I'd never seen it.
But you remember the entire fucking scenario.
Right.
That's the premise of Deja Vu. Yes, I get it.
That's what I'm saying. Dreams, are they something bigger than us? I mean, we spend 1/3 of our life sleeping. We spend a portion of that dreaming. And within that, there can be entire reality. Nikola Tesla, who created all that technology back in the 1800s, was it 1700s or 1800s? You guys remember?
It was
like turn of the century.
It was early 1900s.
But he created all that technology. You know how he did that? He dedicated his waking life to inventing things. And in his dreams, that's where he lived all of his true life. Like he had he had a wife, he had a family, he had an entire civilization of people who he talked to. It was like kind of like this island he lived on there, and like his entire life, everything fulfilling for most people in their waking life, he did in his sleep. And then when he was awake, he just invented the entire time. And obviously,
but he got his ideas from the dream.
Like the idea that he had a family within the dream realm, so he didn't worry about that in reality. That's crazy.
It's wild.
So there's got to be something there. There's got to be something to it. And like I said, I don't even feel that dreams always come from within here. Maybe they come from outside sources. Maybe you're connected to something greater.
Okay. So with that being said, I had something happen to me on the way to work the other day that isn't connected to a dream, but it's still something that is connected to all this, I believe. I saw a picture on Facebook, and it was of Machine Gun Kelly and the artist Halsey. I don't know how the fuck you say it. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was dating a girl for a little bit, and we went to a restaurant, and the waitress said, "Hey, you look like Halsey," to the girl. I didn't know who the fuck it was. So that triggered me thinking about that. So I looked up Halsey on, Google after I saw the meme of her and Machine Gun Kelly. Just so you know, the meme said, so you're telling me neither one of these people are Justin Bieber? But that,
Is that what she looks like?
So I looked all this up after I saw the meme. It triggered a thought in my mind about a conversation that I had heard. And then I start to Google it. Well, we're pulling into Mockingbird Station, and I pull out my headphones because I'm always wearing them. There's a commercial on the radio for Halsey, who's performing this week in fucking Dallas.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Right.
What?
Like, that's a little fucking weird, right? I don't listen to 106.1 FM. I wasn't listening the entire time. I had my headphones in the entire time. As soon as I pull it out, the music turns off, goes to a commercial, and it's like, Halsey, this weekend.
Well, are there coincidences, or is that some kind of path you're supposed to follow?
Well, I don't know. I was talking to Mike about this. There was one day where I was thinking about NOS energy drink, which I haven't seen forever.
Right.
I was walking around the backside of Gloria's to the backside of Improv. And for some reason, I thought about NOS because I saw somebody drive by and had a NOS sticker. And I was like, well, what about NOS energy drink? And I look over to my right, and there's a guy carrying a NOS energy drink in his fucking hand.
Fuck.
Right. And so what does that mean?
I don't know. Like,
and where does that lead? Like,
Right,
is
exactly.
that the Alice in the Wonder, or
Am I-
Alice
am I-
going down, following the
am I
rabbit?
creating my own reality?
Dude.
Like, as I'm thinking it?
I wonder that shit a lot. I wonder if some of this is the Matrix and the whole idea of The Secret where you can form your own reality.
Right.
Whether it's done through prayer or practice or, I mean, there's magic rituals for shit like that, which I'm not getting involved in the occult side of that. But I mean, chaos magic is a thing. And, and that's all The Secret is a form of chaos magic. So, you better not be whispering
Let's break
that.
up.
Fuck.
That was me. I said fuck yes.
Yeah, but before that I heard,
No.
I can't breathe through my nose right
Let's
now.
get the,
all right, well, I'm just saying.
Did we get the Ouija board yet?
No. That's Paranormalcast 3.
God damn, dude, we really need to do that.
Well, let me
All right.
tell you about. Go ahead.
We can do Paranormal Cast, but I want to use a Ouija board in here.
You won't or
you
will?
rat bastard! Just because
I
he knows how
want
much
to
I
summon
don't
the
want it.
demon
Let's.
In my apartment.
in your apartment. I want to summon
Hey,
the
remember
demon.
how we were talking about doing the next cast at your place?
I don't care. We can do it at my place.
Damn, this blew up in my face.
No, we can do it at my place.
Jake's like, I got all the equipment.
Yeah.
My blood
I
has been
know,
cold.
but I'm just saying.
Hey, we're saying we can light black candles. We
I've
can
got-
wear shrouds.
Why they gotta be black?
Well, I've got Baby Jesus candles.
Why? You got Baby Yoda candles?
I've got Emperor Palpatine candles.
All right, I do want to tell one story that I didn't get to tell you guys last time, and it's been bugging me ever since. So we'll call this kind of Paranormal Cast 2, like slightly Paranormal Cast 2.
Paranormal Castlish
So one night I was at Eaton Park, which is a restaurant, and
for eating.
Eaton.
Oh,
E-A-T-O-N.
Eaton Park. So it's E-A-T-N Park. And it's kind of like an old malt shop kind of things, how they started. Like it was one of those Sonic kind of things where you roll in.
Yeah.
Eventually just became a dine-in. And I worked there for 3 years. And one night we were tearing down the salad bar. And salad bar, the way it works is you fill it with water. They chill the water. It chills the things underneath.
Yeah.
So to drain that takes a good 10 minutes. So we were looking at it one night. We were trying to drain it. I was like, man, I can't figure out how to drain this. And so my manager picked up one of the things, put her hands in the water, and put it back down. She goes, yeah, I don't know what's working. She goes over and she turns a lever. And she comes back over 30 seconds again, and she picks it back up and she puts her hand. The water is completely gone. And we look at each other like, what the
How
fuck?
did it drain that quick?
But there was no words shared between us. It was just a, what the? Okay, we're going to accept this and move on with our life.
Huh.
And it really fucked me up because I've always just been like, I know how long that took that to drain.
Right.
I did that all the time.
You watched her.
Unless it went whoop and just dropped everything like Javi leaking all over the place. Nice little shout out there. I don't know what happened. And that was fucking
Yeah,
weird.
that would fuck with me forever also.
Oh man, it really messed with my head.
Do you know who this lady is?
Her name was Deborah and she did. No.
Oh man, that would be crazy. You should try to reach out to her and ask her
By
if she remembers it.
By the Ouija board?
Seriously.
Damn,
No,
she
no.
remembered.
Even if she's like, see if she's online, if she's like fucking on LinkedIn or something.
You think I get a hold of her and she'd be like, that didn't happen.
Look, I'm in a place in my life where I can try to explore these things and ask what's going on. Do you remember this event at all?
Yeah, and then she's like, that's fucked up. No, that never happened.
Never talk to me again.
And she disappears into the darkness on the other side. And I'm just like, where'd you go? And she's still on the receiver. I'm like, I can hear you breathing.
Forget what you saw.
Do the Ouija board at Jake's house. All right, let's be serious right now.
Okay.
Would you do the Ouija board at Jake's house?
No.
Why not?
Because I joke about it, but like that shit kind of freaks me out a bit.
It's getting made by Parker
I know
Brothers.
it's made by Parker Brothers. But would you?
I mean, if we can get a hold of Parker Brothers, both of them, I mean, yeah, if we can get a hold of the Parker Brothers and ask them if it's real.
Fine, I'll do exclusive We Are Air content and live stream me doing Ouija board by myself at my apartment.
I'm going to be honest, if we do it at Jake's, possibly. I've seen Paranormal Activity. I ain't fucking with that shit.
Oh my god.
Remember when it goes across the Ouija board and catches on fire?
Yeah.
We need to put Jake, we're going to put lighter fluid on the Ouija board and look at how depressed you're getting. All right, let me change the subjects. Okay?
Why?
I'm fine, Doug.
Religious. Why would you have any reason to be scared? What? Wait, are you religious?
No.
Then why would you think that this is
All right,
a
I
thing?
may not be religious, but I'm still a chicken shit at heart. I don't want to run the risk of anything happening.
I got it on it. I got
Oh
it.
my god.
All right, I'll do it. I swear to God, if the demon kills me, that's on you.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's on all of us. We summoned it.
Don't say all of us, because
So
I'm
you'll
going into this under duress.
You'll do a Ouija board.
I'll do a Ouija board.
Oh, we got fucking...
Yeah,
We
You're gonna
better,
be the
we
first
better
one.
go all out.
We have
for it,
recorded
dude.
proof. Oh yeah, we're getting fucking... We're drawing
yes,
a
in Texas,
fucking...
it's legal if
I'm gonna
it's verbal.
fucking... I'm gonna draw a pentagram.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
gonna fucking have
let's do
candles
hot takes,
lit.
not this. I'll let you guys do the hot takes, and you could obliterate me. I'll give you 5 hot takes each.
5 each? Are you doing any?
You can do any.
Because I feel like you're bringing ammunition to it. Because you're like, if they're going to hot take me for 5, I'll take these.
I just don't want to do this, so I'm willing to lose 5.
Why don't you want to do this?
Are you afraid that we'll open the void?
I don't
How
know.
many people you ever talked to that Ouija board has ever actually affected them? How many times have you read in the headlines or seen on Fox News or CNN or MSNBC or any major news thing about a ghost attacking and killing somebody, let alone using a Ouija board? What evidence is there? How many obituaries are there about, well, they died shortly after using a Ouija board?
Yeah,
That's
good
a good
shit.
point. That's a good point.
Okay.
So what about this fucking freaks you out so goddamn much?
I
And
see
let me
too
guess.
many
Yes,
fucking
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
So what you're really afraid of is California.
You know what? Don't be afraid of it. Go out there. We'll
Yeah.
change it from Hollywood
Go
to
out west.
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Oh my God, that could be your porn company, Hollywood.
You know what?
Hollywood.
That's true. Nothing happened. Nothing.
Leaking ink.
I like. That's the horror movie we're gonna make after the Ouija
Leaking
board.
ink? Oh,
It's gonna
yeah.
be The Leakening. This summer, one man went on an adventure with his friends. Hey, Javi, do you want to play with a Ouija board? Later that night, he got sucked off by a ghost.
The leaking ink.
The Leakening.
Now he can't get enough of Ghost Head. That's going to be the only way you can get off from now on is by using a Ouija
Oh,
board and
dude,
summoning
you're
the
gonna be-
fucking head
You're
ghost.
gonna be sitting there with one hand jerking, the other hand going, "Oh, come through me."
Well, last time I used the Ouija board, I was a kid, and I was in a.
Oh, this is a good story. All right, hit it.
I was. Shit, I think I may have been like 9. No.
There's
fuck.
a reason he doesn't want to do it. We've gotten to the bottom of it. Okay.
I was 12 years old, and my cousin Matthew had to be sent to the emergency room.
You told us this story before.
And he
yeah.
had a seizure and shit. Like, he was just looking up and shit, just sweating. We're like, Matt, what are you looking at? Matt, what are you looking at? He was just like, nothing. And he just, like, his face would turn like he was staring at something that was freaking him out. So we take him to the hospital. He had, like, fucking 3 seizures within an hour. And they put him in the child's ward. And all of a sudden, he just, like, sits up in his fucking bed, he's just, like, looking up. And you just see his pulse in his fucking neck. He's just looking up and shit. He's running high fever. He's sweating still, just looking up. What are you looking at, Matt? Nothing. And I fucking sedate him, and then all of a sudden, fucking goes cold. It's fucking weird.
So wait.
And then it was
He
like,
died
after all
after
that,
this?
that's when my brother said, hey, let's do this Ouija board real quick.
He died after that?
No. When he went cold, like, he just cooled down and he just, like, fever.
So
broke and
wait. So what was the diagnosis?
shit. Oh, he has a seizure. He has epilepsy.
Okay, then
Yeah.
so
It had nothing
it
to do.
was
We did the
purely
Ouija board after all that
So
shit
they
happened.
didn't
purely
come out-
coincidental.
So they didn't come out and go, "We think you have a specter."
Yeah.
They didn't
It
come
was
out. And,
just fucking weird that in the fucking War for Children. I don't remember the fucking name for it. I'm blanking on the name and it's pissing me off. I went to the NICU. That's
Yeah,
for babies.
yes, I get you, yes.
They had a Ouija board right there that kids could play with. It was fucking weird. So my brother was like, hey, let's just rock this Ouija board for a minute. Like,
and
all
you
right.
think you caused it by playing with the Ouija
No,
board?
all that shit happened before we even touched the Ouija board. Even knew it was there.
So was he trying to talk to your cousin? That
Wait,
was.
yeah, I thought you said, okay, so wait, your cousin was using a Ouija board and this happened?
No.
Then
So
why-
that's what I thought you were saying. I thought you
No.
said we were using a Ouija board
Yeah.
and we were asking the ghost stuff, and then we asked him what he was looking at, and he's like, nothing, and then had. So none of this even is relevant.
There's no correlation.
There was just a
I was
Ouija
just telling
board
the story the last time I
at
used
the
the
ER.
Ouija board.
Okay,
Also,
but
that's a lot of spelling.
I mean,
They're individual letters.
It's
man.
not.
Also, that's fucking.
I don't know, man.
That's
I think there's
fucking-
something to it. I think if you open up paths to the other side. I mean, do you believe in any of that? Do you
No.
believe in an afterlife or anything like that?
No.
Is that why you're comfortable with it, doing it?
Yeah, I don't
So
give a
this is just
shit.
an excuse so we can freak out
because
Javi.
here's the deal. The way that I look at it is, I've been baptized twice.
So you're saved by the dunk?
No, not even that. I'm just saying, I've prayed for things before, ever come to fruition, and I think, honestly, it's just, we're built with a set of morals in us as humans. Like, we innately feel something whenever we do something right or wrong, and if not, obviously there's a disconnect, which is why we have sociopaths, psychopaths, shit
Absolutely.
like that. But that is a very, very small number of the general population, where everybody else just wants to live their lives and go about their business and be with their family and whatever else. So I feel that that is what it's supposed to be about, and that's encoded in our DNA. And why would there be so many religions on top of that? Like, if that were the case, one of them has to be right. How can they all be right? Right?
I don't think they are.
So exactly. But we've talked about this also before. If somebody takes comfort, solace in something, it gives them hope.
Right.
And makes them feel better about what they do and gives them some sort of guidance in their life, I'm all for it. But me personally, I just know what I need to do to be a good person, what I need to not do to avoid being a bad person, and the rest is just simulation. We're going to wake up and it's just going to start all over again. You won't even know it.
I mean, there is a theory that a lot of what we want to do and wish to do and hope to do, sometimes we can't always manifest that through our actions completely, but sometimes when we have an outside force, such as a religion or a thought or morals, like you said, those will provide synchronicity so that things will actually happen and come to fruition. You guys know me. I'm not against religion at all.
No.
But I don't think there is one specific religion that
I'm
is
not
good.
against it either. Like I said, if
that brings you
if it works
happiness?
for you, more power to you.
And you
But
guys
I
know
just
I-
found for myself, I've prayed enough times. Whenever I was in 6th grade up until high school, please don't let mom and dad find out about this. And I always got burned. So, fuck you, God.
Jeez. So, Javi, you gonna do the
Yeah.
I mean, motherfucker, you went to a goddamn haunted house.
This is true. It can't be any worse than the foam room.
Yeah.
Dude, how are we gonna set this up to really freak him out?
I've
All right,
got the
you guys,
phone.
I'm ready to go down
It's being
edge.
delivered to my house already.
Dude, he starts with the Ouija. We just grab the foam and we start filling the room. Quicker!
Just have them turned on and they just start coming on through the fucking bar and shit while we're doing it.
Fuck that. Ugh. Foam room. Never again. Okay.
Yeah, that was more scary than anything else. And that was a real fear.
That was.
Dude, that-
Okay? So that was that has to be
I just
way
got-
scarier than
I
a
just
fucking
got-
Ouija board is. Because a
I
Ouija
can't
board is
flush.
never going to make you not be able to see and not be able to breathe and freak out like, I gotta leave.
Cut to next week when we
Yeah.
do it. And then
I want to die!
that'll be awesome.
That's what I believe in. I believe in nature. I believe in real fucking shit that happens.
I don't know.
That forms more fear.
I'm going to
than
tell you the
anything.
truth. I'm on the inverse side of that. And we very rarely disagree about anything. I think that anything can be a portal to open up to the other side, but I believe in the other side.
Yeah.
I believe in ghosts, most likely aliens. I believe in paranormal. See how we turn this back around?
I want to, but the thing for me is there's no hard evidence of any of this
I agree
shit.
with you.
And we live in an age where we have high def cameras. We're fucking streaming 4K, live streaming the fucking ISS, streaming over the entire fucking
right.
planet in high definition. And yet I still get this grainy little fucking clip of a goddamn what might be a gray alien, maybe a ghost, maybe it's photoshopped. Who knows? It looks like fucking one of the Pac-Man ghosts.
Do you think that at this point, if they gave you definitive proof, you would even believe it, though? If they showed you something...
I
I
think majority
would
of
need
the
to see it
population would.
in front of my fucking eyes. I would need to witness it for myself.
Well, and that's the thing. For
So
me,
I've had experiences where I thought that I have, but it could have been hysteria or anything else because whenever you get
Right.
around a group of people and they think that they saw it also, it hypes you up and you start to believe it.
I mean, church is the very
Yeah.
definition of that. Is
Yeah.
when you're around a group of people who believe, you get an electricity in the room. They call it the Holy Spirit. You know about this. You
Yes,
went to
they
church.
believe in ghosts.
Yes. Ooh, Holy Ghost. But that is a feeling. That's an energy. I
Yeah.
think that we do feed off of energy. Like
Right.
right now, we can read the room. Me and you are all animated. Javi's sitting over there going, "Really, we're doing this right now?" You can kind of-
Did I just really agree to this?
Yeah, you can read into it, and I think that's part of it. But I also think that there is connections made to the other side, and I want to believe that. And I think whether it's recordings, whether it's Ouija board, whatever vessel you use to open that communication come through. I try to keep that communication at bay. I don't want that shit. So I'm on the same side as you, Javi. I don't particularly want to do an Ouija board, but I kind of want to because Jake wants to do it, and I give into peer pressure easy.
I believe in a simulation theory, and I think if we see ghosts, it could be a crossover fucking program or something else.
Right.
That's what I think.
Don't ruin this podcast by playing with the microphone. What do you think, Javi?
What do I think?
Yeah.
It should be interesting. You know how you guys were saying that Jake believes in nature, you believe on the other side of the shit?
But you said that you've been doing a lot of thinking since we brought up the Ouija board.
10 minutes ago. You won't believe the amount of thinking I could get done in 10 minutes.
Did you go to some, Nikolai Tesla, dream space thing?
I may have. Jake believes in nature. You believe, in the other side and how that scares you.
Yeah, but I believe in nature, too.
I know, you believe in that. But what scares me, and I realized this just now, it's not like the other world of paranormal. It's I was thinking about, the AI talking to AI. That shit freaks me the fuck out.
Why?
I don't know why. Just anything that has to do with fringe science kind of freaks me out because that shit has been tested. The Philadelphia experiment. That kind of shit really freaks me out because it really does prove that there's something that we're not seeing that's right there in front of our fucking face.
And you believe in a version of that because of that dream you had about your grandfather being stuck in the wall, right?
Yeah.
So you believe in the Philadelphia experiment.
I believe it happened, and I believe that when they came back from wherever the fuck they went, they were sailors, fused into the actual ship.
Yeah.
So, apparently, Philadelphia experiment. Albert Einstein had a hand in this one, and they were doing cloaking technology for the USS Philadelphia, and they were using electromagnetic fucking waves and shit like that, and they were trying to make a ship invisible, essentially. So, apparently the experiment worked because they had it in this harbor and it teleported away, supposedly. But the time was 15 minutes ahead of where it was supposed to be, and it was in a different harbor, and then it went back 15 minutes back in time. And whenever it went back, the guys were fused into the ship and everything else. Because of transporting matter through antimatter, it caused the molecules to separate. Therefore, they got fused inside of the ship and all kinds of shit. This is a very highly disputed topic. The Navy, the FBI, everything else is rolled it as, just nonsense. But Philadelphia experiment is one of those things where it's okay. Why is there so many accounts of it?
And what happened, this actually plays into what I believe of what I was saying, you opening up portals and use things to go to the other side.
If you think about that point in time, they were doing crazy shit with, poor guys in the military, setting off a nuclear bomb. Hey, go towards that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that,
I did.
10-minute documentary, Into the Mushroom?
They turn their backs to it whenever it goes off, and they send them all towards it.
And they can still see the outline of their hands through the
closed they can see, their blood vessels and shit, and it's and the guy was telling me, I had my eyes closed and my hands over my face, and I saw my bones. My veins, I saw everything, and my eyes were closed, and the light was coming from the back.
Yeah.
Amazing things can happen. Our brains are capable of all kinds of outrageous stuff, whether it be self-healing, which our body does. It automatically goes into fight mode and it scabs over things, or people who have lost limbs, they have phantom limbs where they can feel themselves moving entire arms and fingers.
Phantom pain, huh?
What is to say that this thing up here isn't able to communicate with others or something greater? Well, I think that the electromagnetic fields around us fuck with our head. You ever notice when the electricity goes out completely, it feels completely different when you can't feel that surge of energy around you at all times? There's a certain calm that comes with it, and it's very unsettling, especially when you're used to living in the city like we are, where there's constant stimulation. If you go out to the country, I'm telling you right now, you said a story before about how afraid you were just to drive out to the country.
Yeah, I still
But
am.
if you were to be out in the country and you have nothing, I'm telling you, it's a completely different feeling than when you can always feel this surging energy around you. But I think that energy plays into how we communicate with things, and I think that we can use that. I think that's why EVPs are real, and I think that's why certain things can be picked up on camera. But I also agree with you, Jake. There isn't a lot of concrete evidence, because the camera is always like a shitty shadow just going I'm here.
Yeah.
And it disappears.
Look at all these orbs. Well, they're always coming from these set camera mounts. You can never see what's going off on the other side of the screen if somebody's they're dusting a pillow.
Yeah.
Right.
You see all these orbs.
There could be little refractory elements in the fucking dust that's in the air.
There's so many things. They're always night footage. Yeah. You can't tell what the fuck is going on.
I liked watching Ghostbusters, and they'd just be or Ghostbusters, Ghost Hunters, and they'd be that's a bug. No, that's a ghost. No, it's a bug. But I do think there are things on top of that where you can't explain. But then again, on shows like that and the footage you watch, like you said, Jake, if it's not in front of you and you're not experiencing it, how real can that be to you?
Right.
You can't take that as gospel truth because anything can be edited. Anything can be added.
Yeah.
I can add something in right now underneath this and say it was something.
Right.
There's no legitimate proof.
If that were the case, I would think Iron Man was fucking real.
Exactly. So just because you see it doesn't always mean you can believe it. But experiences, and I'll throw this one in real quick. I didn't tell you guys about this when working at the nursing home. I did tell you my other experiences. But I remember I had to dress this woman in the morning. And she was rough to dress. I really had to get around her and I had to put the bra on, the shirt and everything. And I remember one time she was kind of fighting me because she had dementia, which is fine, and I'd be patient. And I went to go put it on again, and I felt something push me on my back right shoulder. It literally pushed me. And I turned around and I said, I'm being as gentle as I can with her. I apologize. And I remember just thinking, that was somebody who cared about her saying, hey, calm the fuck down.
Did you?
But I was being gentle.
Did you have a mark on you or anything?
Nah. And was it real? Who knows? I worked all the time. It could have been delirium. It could have been delusion. It could have been anything.
Right.
I mean, you're in a high-stress situation. You're trying to be careful with this
then
person.
also, you probably heard stories from people before also, so that plays into it and everything else.
The energy in that place, though, was fucked up.
Yeah, there are some places that you like. I've told you about the murder house that I used to go to, and I told you all the fucking crazy shit that I thought that I saw there. That I don't know if it actually happened or if it did. I don't know if my mind's playing tricks on me just because I was around a bunch of other people at the time, or even if I was alone. Do I really think this would have happened, or am I building this up in my mind because I already was told that this place was haunted? You know, so you automatically think that line of thought until we get something like concrete.
Yeah.
What would be concrete for you? What would be the thing that you saw finally where you're like, you know what? I believe this shit.
Like I told Javi, if there was an actual, fucking obituary, killed by paranormal activity.
Right.
Goddamn.
A Scooby-Doo ghost got it.
If every news channel is covering it, and the fucking government comes out and says, yeah, okay, so we've known about this for a while, and yeah, people are getting fucked up by fucking demon spirits.
You see, that's why I believe, fringe science and, aliens and experimentation.
Fringe science?
Fringe.
Nobody listens to fringe.
No.
Fringe science, because the government is, fucking hell-bent on keeping some of that shit buried. That kind of makes you think there's something to this one.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That's why we pay our taxes, so they can...
Right. Yeah, so they can do all these weird experiments.
Yeah. And bring out the demons in a Stephen King kind of way.
But you guys ever seen the show Fringe?
No.
That's a really good show.
The one with,
Joshua Jackson?
No, I was thinking, Courtney Cox?
No, she's not in that one.
Jennifer Aniston.
Are you thinking of Friends?
What?
Fringe! You guys ever saw Fringe? Fringe is such a good show.
Yeah, Friends is good, I guess.
Friends is, Chandler and stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
I don't know.
I don't like you guys.
All right.
Fringe?
I haven't. It kind of plays into that, with all that shit. You ever guys hear stories back in the 1800s, guy going to sleep in one country, he wakes up in another?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've heard of these before. There was actually a really good case. Rudolph, I forget what his name is, Rudolph Finhurst or some shit like that. This guy showed up in Times Square in the 1950s, but he was dressed in all 1890s clothing, top hat, fucking.
I thought you said Top Cat, like Hanna-Barbera.
Right. Top Cats was playing in the background. Top hat, fucking, suspenders. He was dressed up at the age appropriate time, but he also had all 1800 official notes that weren't aged or anything like that, like banknotes.
Right. He had money, yeah.
So, and people said that they saw him just pop up in the middle of fucking Times Square. He got hit by a car and killed right then, but nobody could figure out where he's from. Nobody knew who he was. All of his identification, he had no surviving relatives, anything like that. And it was just one of those weird things.
Popped into a parallel universe.
Yeah, or just time traveled.
Dude, I love the idea of a parallel universe. Michio Kaku talks about that within string theory. And for me, I love parallel universes. I love everything to do with it because that means in some place and some time...
You could be out there kicking ass and not even know it.
Oh, dude, like a superhero and shit like that.
Yeah.
But the idea of multiple universes, every time you make an extreme decision, or even a small decision, the butterfly effect, it branches off into another one.
That decision from that one causes another one.
And another one, and another one. And how do you find a way to skip from one to the other? How do you move that? I've actually sometimes woken up in the morning and everything's different.
I usually wake up in the morning.
Well, the feeling I get, though, is I would wake up and it would be like a 5-year span where I'm like, my life feels this way and it feels this way and it is this. And then one day I just wake up, I'm like, everything's different and something's not right. Now, I never experienced anything that was so monumentally different that when I jumped into that, what I thought might be parallel existence, that I could tell. Like, it wasn't like somebody was missing a finger or something like that. But it could just be a minute thing, and you could have jumped from one universe to the next universe. I've honestly sat there and thought, like, how do I get out of this universe before? But, I mean, change is the only way to do it. But I believe that there probably are multiple universes. And the question is, can we travel without a vessel between them? I don't know. But that would be cool if we could. But then you get an extreme version of, like, this guy who fell into Times Square, into a parallel universe. I like the idea of the Groundhog's Day, the repeating thing. There's stories out there people have about dying. Like, there was a guy who was like a pizza delivery guy, and he said, I was just standing there holding my pizza, and all of a sudden this car came up and just crashed into me. And like Final Destination, he saw himself, he died, and then he woke up and he was back, and it started all over again. And he was able to sidestep it at that point. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, because fiction, we have that, like I said, Final Destination already. So you could just steal that story and use it as your own.
Have y'all seen the video of the guy, he's walking down the street, and another guy who looks like him comes up and taps him on the opposite shoulder?
Yeah.
And he turns around, that swinging gate of the truck comes through.
That thing
and he
is
just
like
keeps
an inch
walking
away.
through. Yeah. Like,
What is that?
how weird is it that the guy looked like him, though, that tapped him on the shoulder?
And was so calm about it.
Yeah. Like, didn't even look back, because it's almost
He was
like he
just,
was
like,
a man on the
walking,
mission. Like, he didn't even, like, he knew not to fucking even let the guy see him. It was
You should have turned to the camera and given it an old like a thumbs up and a wink.
There's
Hey everyone, it's just Doc jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And if you're enjoying the podcast today, please share with your friends. It's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, back to the podcast.
like, there are times where I honestly believe sometimes I want to sound fucking crazy, and I really don't want you guys
Ooh,
to.
okay.
No, you already do.
There are times where I truly believe that I legit time traveled.
Ooh, do tell.
And it's always when I was sleeping. I remember one time when I was 18. I was snapping on the couch. My mom was sitting on the couch right next to the couch. She was doing a cross stitch. It was 2005. My aunt was about to have a baby, and she was knitting a blanket, cross stitching a blanket for the baby. It was a big blanket too. I was like, oh, she's gonna be on that for a while. And in my dream, I wake up just like, hey mom, how much you got left on that? She goes, I got 4 corners and a bow left. And all of a sudden, in my dream, it goes blurry, and I just like shoot the fuck up. Like, hey mom, she's like, yeah Jay, what's up? How much you got left on that? Oh, I got 4 corners and a bow.
The
This is
fucking,
Deja Vu
the Deja Vu.
But why would it be that fucking accurate?
Right.
Maybe that's your version of Deja Vu. My version of Deja Vu isn't the same as that.
And who's to say the Deja Vu is clearly defined also? Maybe
That's
it is
true.
a form of time travel.
I think it is. I think there's something in it. When I experience Deja Vu, it's a series of I've been here before.
Yeah,
it's just
of
a
course.
feeling in the back
Yeah.
of my head like, okay,
Yeah,
here we go.
something will trigger it. Like,
Yeah.
you're turning right on some street, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I've been here before.
Yeah.
Like,
I
but in
usually-
the same scenario, like in the same car with the same friend talking about the same thing.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. It's a feeling of it flow. Perfect flow. Because you're in the moment and you're like, we've been here before and we've
Yeah.
done this before and it's going to be okay. And here
Yeah.
we go. And occasionally, well, I've read that if you're having that moment of deja vu, to step back and go, reflect on how it's going and where it's going and understand it's an
Yeah.
opening of a door. And to be cautious of the things around you and going, I can use this moment. I'm on the right path because I've preset
You've
my
already
path. Exactly.
predetermined that this is the right route to go on.
And we're in flow right now, so
Yeah.
this is good. So there have been long periods of time that I didn't experience,
So
and then
maybe
many.
that's where the gut feelings come from. Whenever you have an instinctual feeling that something is not going to be right if you go do something.
I believe
the
that.
inverse of it. I do too,
I believe
because
that.
I've had that happen before, where it's like, I don't think I should go tonight, and then I fucking hear later, like, oh, well, that makes sense. I'm glad I didn't go that night.
I'm super superstitious for that reason. I'm always knocking on wood. I'm always freaked out about stuff. But that leads into how far do you go into OCD? How far do you allow that to happen?
Right.
And
You
I
have to take
fight
it all
that.
with a grain of salt.
You do, and I have to fight OCD moments all the time. Like right now, I'm touching my kneecap 3 times on this side. I want to touch it 3 on this side. And I have to tell myself, can't do that, even though I just did it. I have to remind myself that's unhealthy
Right.
thinking, and that can cause a lot of issues.
Every time I've died in my dream, I've always been murdered by somebody close to me or a family member.
That sucks.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised, like, if that actually, like, a parallel version of me was actually killed in those instances.
Ooh. and the dreams are actually embodying those. How real are the dreams? Are they
They're
ever...
fucking vivid to the point where I could fucking feel
Are
it.
they unrealistic, though?
No, they're super realistic.
So do you ever get confused by that when you wake up and go, wow,
Like, I remember one time when I was a kid, I got electrocuted to death. And I've been electrocuted before, so I know exactly what that feels like. I jolted awake, I was like, I started smelling, because when I got electrocuted when I was a kid, I smelled like my burning hair.
Do you have any weird, like, birthmarks or anything like that maybe you can assimilate? Like,
Show us your dick.
that's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah,
Just
show
show us your fucking dick.
Show us your dick.
Meaning, like, so a lot of people think that whenever you have birthmarks on your body, that was how you died in your previous life.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear this?
No.
So, like, you know, they have people with, I don't know if you met my friend Brandon before, but he has a rose wine, a birthmark on his face.
Right.
It was that red birthmark. But a lot of people think that your birthmark is an indicator how you died in your past life. So he could have been like had fucking acid or fucking shot in the face or something right there.
Oh, so it's a residual kind of thing where...
so it holds over.
Oh, that's fucked up. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
But that's crazy, and that's really good, actually, though.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's really fucking me up, actually. Ooh. Ooh, that's creepy. Ooh, I like that, though.
Yeah.
I don't get birthmarks, but I do get, like...
You can't get a birthmark. You either
Yeah,
have it or you
I
don't.
don't have... I think I got one on my head somewhere, but I'm not too sure. No, that's what I'm just told when I was born and shit.
No, I know.
I just love the idea of, like, I caught the birthmark this
Oh.
week. Like,
Yeah,
I was going to say, like...
I just got a birthmark 2 weeks ago. It's crazy.
man, I'm coming up with a bad case of the birthmarks on my right arm.
No,
I don't ever get
sometimes
birthmarks.
I wake up with weird marks. Like, I didn't have that a few days ago. I don't remember ever fucking getting something like that.
you get
What is
older.
that?
Yeah, but also you get older, and look, I got scars all over my body that, like, I'll see myself just randomly bleeding and be like, well, I don't remember hitting anything.
He calls it old man skin.
It is.
Oh, okay.
It is. But, like, you don't feel things if you're in, like, movement.
Right.
Like, so doing anything innocuous that you would normally do and you hit your hand on the edge of a table and you don't think anything of it. You just keep doing what you're doing, and then you look down and all of a sudden you're bleeding where you were just hit. But you realize it, but you don't realize it. But then sometimes you'll see it and you forget about it because you're so busy in the moment that you don't understand, like, where this mark came from. But then also at the same time, it's just like, you know, I do a lot of shit, and also you drink a lot, so do I, and there's a lot of reasons why we might not necessarily remember certain things.
True.
Do you drink a lot?
Not really.
Yeah.
You lying son of a bitch.
During the weekends, I drink. I get so fucked up.
I like how quickly he turned on it. Like, I don't drink. All right, on the
He
weekend.
looked over at you and he's like,
Because this guy knows.
yeah, like, I know that. Why are you saying, no, I don't drink that much? And then you look over at him and go,
Yeah. I want to get back on the previous lives thing, though. Not believing in anything. Do you believe in reincarnation at all?
like I said, I don't necessarily not believe in anything, but yes, I think that's what happens. I think there's a reset. I think you just start again as something else.
I think that there's a odd thing where there's personality types that are similar and people who look alike. And I've said it, and I know you don't want to hear it probably again, but Jake has a personality type kind of like a Robert Downey Jr., where he has a really big charisma, and to the point where some of your mannerisms are like his. Now, whether or not that's from watching the movies, I've known you for like 6 years. I don't think it is.
Yeah,
I think that's
just
you
who
have
I am.
similarities. I have similarities, and I know it sometimes with Rob Williams, especially in my smile and how I'll start talking like this. But just my fast talking and how I get like gibberish going. Yeah. And Javi, you are 100% yourself. I'm sorry. But at the same time, have you ever met somebody who reminds you of somebody else? You're like, you remind me of a friend that I have that is like this. Is there a chance that there's only, and we know there's 16 personality types or whatever that Myers-Briggs thing is, but is there something to that? Maybe we are just clones and copies in the simulation of the same thing with minor differences. Let's drop this into the simulation and see what happens.
Palpatine has been orchestrating this the entire time.
Do it. But I mean, if you take a personality type, you drop it in the simulation, you say, okay, this is how it's going to be raised. This is the environment, nature versus nurture. What happens to that personality type over time? There could be similar things.
So you're talking about evolution within reincarnation.
Within the simulation.
Yeah.
So there are, let's say there's only 16 personality types, and they're dropped.
How could that be? There's like 112 genders.
Okay, that's you're fucking right. Okay, I'll give you that. You're fucking right. Yeah. But let's give it more.
Yeah.
Let's give it 112.
Yeah,
because there's 112 genders. No, you're right about that.
No,
and
I'm not. Nobody's
just,
right about that. There's 2. Anyways, go on.
Let me divert here. The app, man, you know how many trannies have hit me up on that fucking app? Like, it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. Like, and literally, the one, like, and God bless it for trying, whatever the
Are you on Grindr?
No, I'm on OkCupid, and it's ridiculous, dude. There's just, like, tranny central. Like, oh, shit.
Well, the thing about trans, they only just identify as one gender. It's the gender they're choosing. That's all. There's, like, no extra bullshit with them. Like, I'm a fucking guy. I cut off my dick. I'm a chick now.
Yeah.
No, but the dick is still there. The glory hole was the one that got me, where she wrote, like, on the thing, she's like, hey, you want to get sucked dry, come over to the glory hole. And I'll be damned if there wasn't a picture of the fucking glory. I went and I looked. I had to.
I got a fucking creepy glory hole story. I got a creepy glory hole story.
Ooh, all right. Divert real quick to the glory hole.
Okay.
Are you afraid to tell it? Why'd you do that?
No, because this really freaked me out, and it's like bringing up those old feelings.
Did you suck a ghost dick?
No. It was just when I first moved into my apartment. It was like 3 months into it. I get this weird text message on Snapchat. It's like, hey, how you are? He's like, do I know you? He's like, you know me, silly. You know me from the glory hole.
Wait, what?
And I was like, I've never been to the glory hole. How? I don't think I know you. I was like, you don't know me, silly. You haven't found me.
That's what I was saying. It sounds like a bar, doesn't it?
And I was like, I don't know you. How do I know you? She goes, you know me, silly. You haven't found me yet. And I was just like,
fuck are you talking about?
I turn on all my lights immediately and be like, yo, if you're in my fucking apartment, bro.
What?
Wait,
why would you think that?
Because I said you haven't found me yet. That's like leading me to believe like they're within my vicinity.
That is the last thing that I fucking thought.
I thought it was the ghost of the glory hole sucker, and that's what you were talking about.
Oh, I was just freaked out.
The haunted glory hole.
That creeped me the fuck out.
Like they're in your house, you thought that.
Wait, why would you?
That's where your mind goes.
Time out. Why would you turn off the lights if the killer's
I
in the
turned
house?
on all the lights.
Oh, I thought you said you turned them off.
I would have thought it was just some pervert coming to say, hey, come find me at your nearest gay bar or whatever.
Come on down to the glory hole where we got sucking good times.
Yeah. So I was like,
you just haven't found me yet.
As the person who has had a trainee blowjob, why were you freaked out by that?
Because I didn't know the person. I didn't know the number.
Did you know the person who sucked you off? The tranny that sucked you off?
Yeah.
How do you not know it was a tranny?
Because I didn't find out. She told me later.
All right. Hot tranny.
She was fucking hot, though.
Go check out the video, the Nightmare on Elm Street video, or Nightmare Before Christmas video to see what we're talking about.
That's crazy that you still remember the actual name of the episode, too.
Hell yeah, dude. No, I didn't at first.
I heard Glory Hole and we were talking about creepy things. I thought I don't
even remember what we were talking about before. Reincarnation,
yes.
simulation.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Back to the glory hole.
Yeah, so we were talking about ghosts and whatnot, and then Javi gives this really fucking creepy ghost text, and then it turns out it was just a trainee who wanted to come and have him find him.
It was Patrick Swayze from that movie where he was a tranny.
God, yes, it was the ghost of fucking Tu Wong Fu.
They were drag queens, not trannies.
Well,
what's the difference?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole fucking thing right there. What makes Caitlyn Jenner not a drag queen and a tranny?
Because there are some drag queens that are actually straight. They just like dressing up as women as being entertainers.
Oh, you're right. I'll give you that. Okay, you knew the difference.
Okay,
all right,
but let me ask you this:
few
is
and
he
far between
not still married to fucking Kris Jenner?
No.
Well, who's he fucking now?
Probably himself.
Yeah.
I heard that he wants his dick back, though.
Did you hear about that tranny ghost that was in Javi's apartment? He's now over at Christine Jenner's house.
For all that person could have been texting me from my own closet. Like,
wait, it was an actual text message. It wasn't on an app.
It was through Snapchat.
Why would you have Snapchat ghosts in your fucking closet?
Why would
And how would you not know? You would hear the clicking of the phone. Click.
I'm not saying it was a ghost. I'm just saying it creeped me
Is a
out.
tranny using a ghost face
I
out?
don't even know if it was a tranny there, boys.
Wait. It has a bit of tranny ghost. Did you have like an old dress in the closet or something?
No.
I just love the idea of the tranny ghost in the closet, ashamed of its sexuality, Snapchatting you. Holy fuck, dude.
I can't be open with you guys anymore.
Yes, you can. Makes for good radio.
Dude, when we do the Ouija board, we need to get a tranny clothes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have like a lady's dress in there, and like this hair.
And we're gonna hide somebody in the and then we'll do the whole Ouija board
Well,
thing.
now
We'll
he
look it
already
up.
knows that.
Oh shit, my bad. I mean, I was talking to you on that.
Why are you keeping why
I don't know.
muffled and stifled?
We were fucking yelling, screaming, and having a good time. We all are because I was bringing it back.
I was bringing it back.
I don't even know where to go from there, guys.
Fucking wizard.
Oh shit.
I'm bringing it back.
All right. Well, no, I do want to talk about something else tonight. It's a whatever cast, and something really funny happened this week. I found a video.
Stop.
Why are you doing that?
No,
I have to redo that whole thing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You found a video.
Because you're scared of Paranormalcast. You had to make that noise.
A little.
Wait, are you leaking? Not
Sound
like
what I
that.
sound like when
You
I
sound
leak.
like you have
Is
a
that
leak.
what it sounds like when you leak, though?
No, man. It sounds like Russian water. It's like,
Sounds like fucking tanks being lit
the
on
whole
fire.
vodka.
Did you watch the Wang video about the two-penis guy?
I watched it last night. That
Was that not like
hilarious.
Javi? Like, the guy was talking about how he had to drain both sides like an udder?
He plugged one side and the other one shot out like a fire hose.
Is that what it's like?
Oh, man. I just wake up leaking. I just jerk it out, man.
Like the bed is just covered in it?
It's not. All right, first of all, where's the assumption that I leak by the gallon? I don't leak by the gallon.
The way you
Yeah,
talk
I
about
don't-
it.
Yeah, but you do make it seem like it's like
I just
Niagara
leak.
down there.
It's not like a fun.
I don't think
No.
I've leaked since high school.
Well, congratulations.
I leaked last night. So I watched a video this week, and I shared it with you guys, and I don't know if you guys
I
out
did
there,
not partake.
Did
I
you guys-
partook.
All right, so
That was the greatest thing
So
I've ever
Chuck
seen.
Berry, famous singer of My Ding-a-Ling and Johnny Be Good and all those other things.
And that one where he almost bitch slapped Yoko Ono.
Oh my God, that was amazing. Whenever she's going, he's like,
really bitch.
Chuck Berry, rock and roll legend, probably is the beginning of everything else that we have. You know, the white man definitely stole that and took that for themselves.
No. Martin McFly came up with all this music.
You're
I
right.
know
Yeah.
that.
You're right again.
Because he showed it to Marvin Berry.
Yeah.
Yes, and Marvin Berry
Chuck
called
Berry.
Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
What we didn't know about Chuck Berry was he is a bit of a perv. And in the 90s, he actually got in trouble for putting cameras
in
in
his
the
Public restrooms and his bathroom.
at his
restaurant.
At his restaurant. And filming women as they, I guess, dabbed themselves after they stood up. I thought it would have been funnier if it was actually in the hole at the bottom. Of
That's
the
what I was thinking also. I was like, how did, like, if that's your fetish, do you have, like, he's rich, obviously. He's got, like, special aquatic cameras that he had made to go.
It's like a periscope that comes down through it.
Right. This is actually how they came up with scopes for, like, endoscopes
Yes,
and
exactly.
coloscopies.
Chuck
Like,
Berry
Chuck
sitting in
Berry
the back.
developed it,
He's
the
like-
technology. And
He
then
went in
he's
for
like-
surgery one day. He's like, I got an idea.
He's like, you know what?
We're going to call this the Chuck Berry method.
I've used my product for evil for so long. It's not time I only use it for good. I'm going to let the medical professionals take over this patent.
Barry's turning it around.
You want a barioscopy? I got just the tool for you.
Oh, shit. All right, so Chuck Berry, he made a sex tape, and I knew about it because I'd heard whenever he died on Hollywood Babylon, they played it, and they just played my favorite part where you just hear him go, oh yeah, smell my fuck. So what it is he's pissing on a hooker in a bathtub, and she's drinking the piss, and he farts, and you just hear him go, oh yeah, smell my fuck.
You know, now you can smell my fart.
Oh my God. And I think that's hilarious, but I didn't know it was an actual video. I just thought it was audio. So I went on to the porn hubs and I looked it up, and this shit is hysterical. Why do I think it's so funny? Am I
It is.
broken?
No,
Like,
it is
No,
funny.
I need to watch it.
Oh, dude.
I was playing my
you were
Jedi
right not
last
to.
night.
You were 100% right not to watch it. But at the end of the video, it's even better because he's like, kiss my ass.
Oh my god.
Like, his legs are up like he's changing his diaper.
Yeah.
He goes, kiss my ass. And all of a sudden he goes,
And you just see her bounce back away from the fart. He's like, yeah, I like that.
Like in Street Fighter.
and then it starts to fade to black, and he goes, did I fall in your mouth, baby? I like that. I like doing that. And then it fucking credits roll. But my favorite
Credits?
part.
Yeah.
You had credits?
But my favorite.
Directed by George Lucas.
Jesus Christ.
My favorite. My
Go on.
favorite part of the video, though, is when he's like pissing, like he has like...
That's your favorite part?
Open your mouth,
You have a favorite part?
I do, because it's fucking epic. He goes, open your mouth, but she's peeing in her mouth, right? And I think it's actually like just spilling out of her mouth and going down like her body and shit. He goes, yeah, did you swallow some of my piss, baby? And he grabs a towel and he's like squats like right in front of her, like he's cleaning her up. He goes, baby, I want to kiss you, but you smell like piss right now.
Oh my god, I didn't see that part. Oh, shit.
And he says it like 4 times, like really rubbing it in on the fact that she smells like piss. He's like, baby, you just smell like piss.
Right?
Ding-a-ling.
But you smell like piss.
Ding-a-ling.
And
She
that's what
drank
makes it
pee-pee from my ding-a-ling.
And he goes, you know what, baby? Take a shower. And he like throws away the towel and walks out.
Bitch, wash yourself.
Dude, it's nuts. And like I
He
said,
was like Rick James. He's like, enjoy yourself.
but the best part is, I think, when he's like, oh yeah, smell my fart. Why is that a thing? Why would that turn him? Because he's not saying it funny.
Yeah.
He's not, it's like that turns him on. Why would that turn him on? To be sitting in his stench, getting and pissing on a girl.
Everybody
I guess
likes
it's
their own
degradation. I
Maybe,
guess.
maybe his dad used to walk by and grab the back of his head and just fart in his face when he was a little kid. Like,
I think it's a power thing.
It's gotta be, right?
Because he's like, now you can smell my fart. Like he was gifting her with his fucking stench.
now you can smell
Oh,
mine.
yeah. Smell my fart.
Because he was pissing. I was
You're
like,
right.
He goes, and he goes, yeah, now you can smell my fart, baby.
It's so juvenile that I think it's hysterical. But it's fucking hysterical.
What if Chuck Berry never learned how to make sex and that's what he thinks to make him love is? He's just like, I don't want to pee inside of her. I gotta smell my fart. My mama said this is the no-no business. That must be what she was talking about, right?
Oh my god! I love that scenario even better. I thought it was funny when he was just pissing on the girl and making her smell the farts, but like if he's like, yeah, this is how we do it, and that's why he's into it. You gotta watch it simply to see him. Literally, when he pops one off, just right in her fucking face, and she just pops up like a Muppet. Do you ever see what is that show? Vsauce on YouTube. You know how Mike always pops up on that?
Yeah.
That's what she does. She pops in the frame and she's like, Vsauce here. It's fucking great.
Chuck B sauce.
Oh my god. Boom. Done.
Everybody's got a Barianoscopy.
I think that was a nice podcast. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please share with your friends. Go to We Are Air on Facebook. What the hell? The demons came in. That scared the shit out of me. I'm out of here. So go to We Are Error on Facebook. Send us a message on Quack Attack 5000. I'm going to let you know. God damn it, Satan. Get out of here. I'm going to give you all the links to everything else here in a second. We're not even playing with the Ouija board. This is freaking me out. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Send us an email, quackattack5000@gmail.com. This has been Duck. I've been here with... And...
Javi.
Yeah, and the demons. And you guys, thank you so much for listening. Bye. Backdoor Paranormalcast 2. Did you see what you said there? Oh, shit.
Now you can have my fuck.
Alright, let's cut it there.
Oh, God.
Are you scared? And there it is. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you have enjoyed it, please do not forget, share with your friends. That is how we grow the network. And if this is your first time listening, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcast here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Bagu, a video game podcast featuring me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood. That's where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. Don't forget, Heroes Gyros, a Dungeons and Distraction side quest. Me and the boys were sitting down, we're playing some D&D, we're having so much fun. You can go and start that from the beginning of the journey, Season 1, Episode 1. You're going to love it all the way through. And finally, I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I'm going to sit down with some of the most epic people I've ever met in this world, and we're going to talk about their life, we're going to talk about their trials and tribulations, and we're just going to talk about their journey this far. Head on over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. Also, head over to the Facebook group, We Are Era. We would love to see you in that group. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed the podcast today, share it with your friends. That's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, do not forget, support local comedy in any way that you can. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.